Hi, and welcome to the Talent LNK podcast in partnership with LincolnHR, where we talk all things workforce and talent attraction. I'm Kaylie Hogan-Schnittker, Director of Talent Strategy with the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development. Today, in the AOI Podcast room, we are joined with a good friend of mine, Malika. Malika, you are the Education Programs Manager at Don't Panic Labs.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's really exciting. You do some incredible work.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm really excited to hear a little bit more about the Pathways program.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess tell us a little bit about your role in Don't Panic Labs.
Yes, absolutely. Don't Panic Labs is a software product based here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have been bringing people's visions to life for the past 14 years by building custom products and software for our partners. And I am the program manager and have the absolute pleasure of doing operations and business development for the Pathways program in partnership with Doane. The program is designed to help with the shortage of software developers in our area. So we're really helping people pivot in their careers and become software developers with this program.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
How does someone get involved with this program? Is it just for individuals? Can employers utilize it?
Yes. So it's actually both, to be honest. The program is unique in that aspect that the success of the program and the individual really depends on the sponsor company, because we realize when we build the program that when an individual has a company who's sponsoring them and is taking away some of the needs that really worry individuals who are pivoting in their careers, it really helps them be successful in the program. So for example, let's take a company ABC and they are in need of, a software developer to add to their team. Something that they can do, they can actually look internally into the talent pool that they have and just ask anyone saying that, hey, do you have an interest in becoming a software developer? You'll be really surprised of how many people are right now, especially, are seeking and pivoting in their careers because they're seeing that technology is becoming a big part of our lives every single day. And that is one way for them to kind of elevate themselves into a new career and, a new path that they want to take. Okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah. And I think that really helps because they already have people internally who are great fit for the company but are seeking to change careers. They just don't know how sometimes.
Yeah, I really like that. And I think employers also really appreciate when their own employees have that growth mindset.
Yep.
And want to maybe try something different or whatnot, especially if you really like your employee. You don't want to get rid of them. It's a great retention tool, especially.
Absolutely. Kaylie, I've been doing some research, actually, and some of these, papers that are written just a couple of years old. And one of them talked about how people will leave a company. Obviously, we know because of the manager, but the biggest one is lack of career progression. So, you talked about how can somebody utilize this, and companies who are actually, right now in our ecosystem, the biggest thing is retaining good people and good culture fits that you have in your company. So that is one way you can do that. Now, I totally understand that not every company is in need of software developers, but if you are, this is a great way for you to maintain those absolute wonderful humans who you already have that potentially might be already on the side, doing some studies in the evenings. I mean, a lot of the people who've gone through the Pathways program had talked about how, they do it at night, an hour a night, studying and coding. There's tutorials available online, and so they're already are seeking to do these changes in their lives. So it's a great opportunity for not only retention of great people, but also kind of planning ahead for companies as well. Let's just say, you have a senior developer who might leave. Then you might have a junior developer who could step into that. So this could be a great opportunity for a younger person who might be seeking change to really get themselves into this field.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that it serves multiple purposes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to back up a little bit.
Sure.
Because there's a reason this program exists.
I
and
kind of,
you
yeah.
kind of mentioned it. But go ahead and give us a little bit of background on kind of why this started.
Yeah, good segue. Just like anything, it kind of started out with a need, the shortage. So if you think back, the program, when we started talking about it, it's been about 6-7 years or so.
Yeah.
Our first pilot happened during the pandemic. So when Doug Durham, our CEO, Chad Michael, our senior architect, and Dr. Inger Betson from Doane got together, it all started because the partners we were working with were seeking talent. They were like, help us out. And when they got together and talked about it, Doug was like, I really want to be thoughtful. I want this to be unique in a way that it has to be accelerated. So actually, we modeled this after the accelerated nursing program that exists. It's a year-long program.
Yeah.
And family members of Doug had gone through it. And so we were like, okay, if we can create nurses in a year, we could probably do software developers.
Absolutely.
So when we launched with about 6 people in January of 2020, we had to quickly pivot with the pandemic, and it all went online. We're still doing it online to this day, actually. That was probably the beauty of it, that anybody from anywhere can do this program because it's all taught live online. One other thing we learned from that, oh my gosh, every cohort we learned something new, is that you can really accelerate someone's growth when you have them with you 8 to 5, 40 hours a week for 20 weeks. So instead of it being, a whole year long, now it's 20 weeks long. We're able to have multiple cohorts a year. And we are really providing great tools for our partners that we've worked with to utilize the program, and new partnerships that we've created to put people through the program.
That's great.
Yeah.
How many cohorts have you had then now?
We've had about 7. So since 2022, we've had 5, which has been great.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, about 55 people have gone through it. It's been great.
That's so crazy. I know. Well, my coworker, his wife did it. She switched from healthcare and is now working at Don't Panic Labs, which is really cool.
We love having Allie around.
She's very talented.
Yeah,
very
she's so
great. Do you see many people transitioning industry, or has she kind of been that first case study that you've had?
I'm actually happy to say no, and I think it's a good thing in this realm, because there is actually a lot of people who are seeking change right now. As I said earlier, people are seeing technology being a new area for them to grow in, because the jobs are just becoming available more and more. We overall in the state of Nebraska, I'm sure you're aware when it comes to workforce, right? If you look it up, there are 4,500 to 5,000 open jobs at any given time in the a realm of IT. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of people, and we are unable to just fulfill that with just traditional schools. So it's really amazing that there are multiple different programs out there that are available that can accelerate that. We also know that the people, or the demographic, the diverse people that are coming through the doors who are wanting to do this, can't necessarily do traditional schooling of 4 years. They have families, right? They kind of need something fast. And this provides that. And if it works out with the company and the individual going through the program who's doing this full time, then they're just, being very productive very fast, because they're doing this all day long. They're working on projects. They're having time back with their sponsor companies. They're meeting with their mentors. They're building something live as they learn. So it really accelerates them. So the discovery candidates who you're talking about, like Allie, right? They're lots of people out there who are hearing about it from word of mouth or from, events that they attend. friends who've done it or heard about it, and they come and we can interview them and put them in our candidate pool to pair them up with great sponsor companies who might not necessarily have someone internally who wants to go through the program.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Say an individual isn't working for a company, how do they get involved? Do they just kind of put an application in and you match them with somebody?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yes, that's exactly how it works, actually, Kaylie. If you're interested, we actually have you do an application. We put you through interview process, and if you are a great candidate, then you become a discovery candidate in our pool. And when a company comes and is seeking a developer, we can have them meet with you, see if it's a good culture match together, and if they hire you and put you through as an intern, and then at the end of the program, they full-time, you become a software developer for them.
That's really incredible.
Yes.
What ways does Don't Panic Labs and Doane support companies going through this? Are there funding opportunities?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just so Dylan over there with Workforce Development, Department of Labor, there are a variety of different grants that are available that companies can apply for, that are available to alleviate the the fee for the program.
Yeah.
That could help with it. There are lots of them available. It just depends on the fit and what the person's background is. It just really depends. But we do have great fundings available. It's awesome.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And for individuals going through, you talked about kind of that opportunity cost. How does an individual, I guess, who is wanting to get this training, how do they fit that into their life? Financially, time-wise, you did say this is kind of modeled around like a 9-to-5 type of job.
It is. Yes, so that was actually one of the unique things when they created it. We didn't want a person to go into debt going through the program. This is why the sponsor companies are so vital and so important, because they're able to alleviate that for this individual going through the program. So what happens is they're doing this as a job, 8 to 5. The program is from 8 to 5. It's intense, and the programs that they work on actually shuts down in the evening, because we do want these people to actually have lives in the evening to spend with their families and do activities like a normal person. This is why it works, is because these individuals know that their work is like 8 to 5 to learn. So it's really great. It works out really good.
I respect and appreciate the work-life balance that you're working on instilling while people are going through this training.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure, working from home, we all know from COVID, you can overextend yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
It's super easy. Like, there's no physical boundary of leaving an office.
Yes.
So I appreciate that a lot.
Of course.
Well, employers are vital to this program.
Absolutely.
What is the best way for an employer to get involved, and how can they get in touch with you?
I mean, it's easy. I am on social media, LinkedIn. You can find me in any way possible. Malika at don'tpaniclabs.com is my direct email. Reach out to me, and I could do an overview about the program, and then we can go from there to see if this is the right fit for you. Like I said, we have discovery candidates in our pool that are ready to take advantage of being part of a company who wants them as well, which is awesome. So we have that available too. So, I mean, just reach out. I would be happy to talk. It's pretty easy to do.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you can find her information, like she said, Malika at don'tpaniclabs.com or don'tpaniclabs.com, and go there.
Yes, absolutely.
LinkedIn.
/education to add to that.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and telling us a little bit more about this program and how individuals, but also how companies in our backyard can take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Are there any last words or any last thoughts for anyone?
One of the questions you sent me was about, I think, a a story that, what was that? A
Do you
question.
have a favorite success
Yes.
story? Definitely tell us that.
I know
leave on
you're
that
gonna
note.
have
I
to
love
like
that.
add this. So I hope I don't cry because I get quite emotional. So the discovery candidates are amazing because, like I said, they kind of find you in unique ways. They hear about it in many ways, but I want to talk about Skylar Rising and the Anchovy app that we created. So Skylar came to me about a year and a half ago or so. He had heard about us from a meetup group, and we met, and I right away loved his enthusiasm for coding software, and then his motivations behind why he wanted to change his careers for his kids, which is always very touching to me. And he knew that he would have to wait a little bit until he could be paired up with the right company. And he was really patient, almost a year actually, to be honest.
Wow.
But then we started working with Diane Tammy with TMCO, which I'm sure you know her.
We actually just recorded another not me, but somebody else recorded a podcast with her over what you're about to talk about.
Yes.
So,
So in her Anchovy app, we're on the App Store. And I meant the app is on the App Store if you'd like to download it. But the recipe app that she created, I met up with her to talk about Pathways program, and she just jumped at an opportunity to work with us to see if we can put through a discovery candidate to become a software developer that could join her company, Anchovy.
And Skylar was the lucky.
Yes. I remember talking to her, and when she was talking about what kind of person she would like to meet, in my head, I was like, you have to meet Skylar. This is the beauty of it. When I meet with these individuals, I can right away in my head know, oh my gosh, the sponsor company should meet with them. I can think of like, what a great pair they would be. Yeah. And no question, they had a great time. And Skylar went to the program, and he is their first developer. And it is just so heartwarming because we're changing lives, these people's lives for the better. And career pivoting is a real deal right now. People are doing it all over the place. Even I did it myself. I could never, the higher education background, I never thought I would be working for a software company. So it's been really great opportunity of growth for me. But then doing what I do and helping people change their lives is just icing on the cake.
Well, after getting to know you, I can't imagine a better person to be in this role.
Oh, thank you.
And that's such a sweet story. And
I know.
Such a Lincoln story to have all those small connections.
Absolutely. So yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm glad that we get to leave on that note.
Absolutely.
This program is so vital to our community and to the world at large because those people are touching projects that are probably out in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Every day as we
Every
speak.
day, yes, absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
and
me.
Chatting and telling us about the program.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This is so cool.
Yes, it's been so fun, and I look forward to future conversations and to see where Pathway program goes.
Thank you.